We know that around Jasper, Jaguars are doing great things every single day. Help us celebrate those amazing things by submitting Friday nominations to bit.ly/Friday. Friday! Happy Friday! Good morning, Jasper. Hey, I want to take a few moments to talk about safety again. In the very near future, we're going to host a lockdown drill during block lunch. This drill is going to be very similar to what we did during passing period. And the reason it's similar is there's no specific instructions. It is, you have to adapt to the situation based on where you are and when the drill is called, and maybe some other factors. And so again, we're going to use that same guideline to where if you're in a classroom, whether it's a student or a teacher, you're going to go, somebody approach the door, we're going to pull the magnet, we're going to make sure that door comes closed, we're going to sweep the area, look for anybody that could get shelter behind your door, get them into the classroom, and then pull it closed. And once it's closed, we're going to keep it closed. If you're caught in a common area and all the doors around you are closed, your job is to find a door that hasn't been closed or find your best option. It might be hiding in the bathroom, it might be behind a corner, tucked away, doing your best to get out of sight. But the real key to this is reacting as soon as you recognize that a lockdown has been initiated. And speaking of initiating a lockdown, we're implementing a minor change to our lockdown procedure. We're still going to use the same language: locks, lights, out of sight. Lockdown, locks, lights, out of sight. We've also in the past used a bell tone to kind of help make sure that the announcement is heard, and we are changing that, and we're going to use that bell. And so as we use that bell, we got some feedback that the bell tones that we were using weren't quite audible enough, that people weren't hearing them throughout the building, but that this bell was more audible throughout the building no matter where you are. So we're using that bell for our lockdown drill. The other thing that we're going to implement this time is a bunch of questions that we've gotten from staff and from students about lockdown procedures in the past. Big question is, again, what do we do if we're outside, or what do we do? Are we allowed to exit the building and things like that? First off, I have to tell you, the safest place to be is behind a locked door. The statistics are just there. They just say that behind a locked door, you are exponentially safer than any other option. That means even leaving the building. But if you're able to determine that leaving the building is your safest option, in a real lockdown, that's fine. You're exiting the building, you're getting to perhaps Gullidge, perhaps to Robinson, and you're finding another safe place and probably getting with an adult to call authorities. In a lockdown drill, what we'd like to do is we'd like to keep everybody on campus. And so what we are going to add this time is a outdoor space. So if you're outdoors and a lockdown is initiated, you should be leaving campus. And so what we're going to do is we're going to simulate that by getting to the tennis courts. During this drill, nobody has permission to leave the grounds of Jasper. But again, if you're outside, you're going to simulate that by making your way to the tennis courts. So again, some common questions about this block lunch drill is, where do I go? Again, it's going to depend on where you are in the building. If you're in a collaboration space, you're going to find a classroom nearby. If you're in the cafeteria, step one is, again, same as in a classroom. You're going to go to those wooden doors that lead out to the foyer, and whether it's an adult or a student, we're going to pull those doors closed and locked, and everybody should be kind of finding the safest spot. In the cafeteria, the roll doors are going to come down in the lines, and we want as many students behind those rolled metal doors as possible. After that, you might be going towards the bathrooms in the CTE hall. You might be making your way through the dance room to find a locked door that's not made out of glass. And then we might be moving towards the stage. The librarians have an excellent plan. We've worked with them to make sure that they have a clear guideline for anybody in the library, and so we're going to follow that procedure. Same thing with the gym. Those are the biggest places we see large groups of students. If you're in the foyer, again, it's going to be beelining either inside the cafeteria, depending on where the threat is, or to a classroom up the halls. We're adding a pretty intense kind of multiplier to this drill. And so we're actually going to simulate a threat, and it's going to be in a very non-threatening way. What we're going to have is we're going to have an adult dressed like this that's walking through the building. And this person is designed to show you and visualize where in the building a threat is during the lockdown. And so as a result, you should respond to kind of getting out of that area, away from that threat, as if that was a threat coming towards you. So let's talk about the end of a drill. A lockdown is never over until some sort of an authority, whether it's a campus administrator, a counselor, an athletic director, comes to your door and unlocks your door. And that's the only way. Even if a fire alarm were to go off, it's a lockdown situation, and you need to assess the threat of the fire and kind of prioritize those two threats to make sure that you're making the safest possible choice. A lockdown's never ended by an announcement. And so for our drill purposes, again, we go through, we unlock all the doors, and then we make an announcement releasing you from your space. But the drill is really over when your door is unlocked. It's going to be, again, a learning experience. And what we're going to do is we're going to add some debrief sections after our drill, answer some questions about how did it go? What questions do you have now that you didn't have before? Maybe you had them before and you didn't know how to ask them. And what are some ideas on how we can improve this protocol in the future? And so we think that feedback is going to be the real growth part of this, and we won't know all the questions we have until we go through this drill during a block lunch scenario. The key to this drill is to remember your goal. Your goal is to get behind a locked door. Statistics say that's the safest place. The next thing is to make sure you take this drill seriously and work towards your goal of getting behind a locked door as if it was a real situation with that kind of intensity and dedication to getting to that goal.
Happy Friday, Jasper Jags! Here are announcements for the day.
Fall Jag Fest is just around the corner on Friday, November 8th. Tickets go on sale October 21st during block lunch.
WHIZ, our next tournament is this Saturday, October 19th at Clark High School at 9 o'clock. Please come to practice today to prepare.
It is time to get your mum on. Homecoming mums and garters are now on sale during block lunch. Please see the table in the foyer for more details.
UNICEF is meeting today, Friday, October 18th, B block in Miss Causey's room 1301 to prepare for our Halloween event.
Bullet Journal's next meeting will be Monday, October 21st, starting at 4:25 until 5 p.m. in the Stevens room 1028.
Art Club will have its next meeting October 22nd after school at 4:25 in Miss Anderson's room 1026. We will finish the float and discuss t-shirts. See you there.
Student Council poster party is Friday the 18th after school from 4:30 to 6:30. We will meet in the collaboration space next to room 2022. There will be food provided.
Okay, want to help save the earth, make the environment a better place? Come join the Environmental Club on October 22nd, B block lunch, room 1147.
Girls basketball tryouts are coming up October 23rd, 24th, and 25th at PSA 1. If interested, see the coaches today for more information.
Join us for the first Creative Writing Club meeting on Tuesday, October 22nd, A block in room 2037, Miss Kelly's room. We will write short stories. There will be food.
Friday! Have a nice Friday!